Hi everybody! So today we just released a pretty big playground update. I figured instead of letting you do all the guesswork, I would do a quick video to show you what's new. Let's head over to playground, and we're starting off in the summer classroom. So you're probably all used to this one already, but you might have noticed already that there is a new button at the top. It looks like a little sunset button. When you hover over it, it says configure this playground. So let's click on this. We now have three options we can pick from. The first option is change sky. And in order to demonstrate this, I'm going to go to first person view. So we have a nice view of the sky just like this. And I'm going to click on the button, and we now have a choice between three skies we can set in our playground. The default one is the sunny day sky. So the one you already know and love. Nothing too crazy here. We also have a night sky you can pick from. And notice it's not just the sky that changes, it's also the lighting in your classroom that changes. So it's a little bit darker. We also have a space sky, which is a little bit more illuminated than the night sky, but a little bit less illuminated than the sunny day sky. And that's because we're on an alien planet, and what's illuminating us is the reflection of nearby stars on planets that are in our solar system. So we have all these planets in our solar system over here. Don't ask me what solar system it is. That's all a question for Abby. So that's the first option you have. The other new option that we introduced is change the water. We're going to click on this option, and we now have the option to change the water level directly within Playground. So you can do this by obviously moving this slider. So you can move it high or low. You now have you can put it all the way to 30 blocks high or 30 blocks low, or just put it back to 0. Maybe a better view of this is if we go to top-down view, look from this angle, and you'll see that we can go actually pretty low or pretty high. So let's go back to 0 blocks. And we can also change the watercolor. That's a brand new thing. If we want this to look very alien-like, we can pick maybe a green color just like this. This is kind of cool. Or if we want it to be like lava, we can pick the orange color. If there's any color that you would like to see that we don't have here, just tell us and we'll add it. Super easy for us. And that's it for the water settings. Let's go back. So another setting that we added is the ability to change the start location of your playground. So let's go ahead and click on this button. And the first thing you'll notice is that you'll see this orange yellowish ring that floats in the sky. And this indicates where your students and yourself will appear when you enter the playground. So that counts for, of course, when you enter the playground, or when you fall in the water, you appear within that circle, just like that, right? You now have an option to set it to wherever you want. If you don't want to start up here and you want to start in the house, no problem. Click on the set location button. Click on wherever you want to start. This will indicate that students and yourself will appear somewhere within this circle. Now, notice that this circle is colliding with the wall over here, and we probably don't want this because this means that you or your student could actually appear in the wall. In order to change this, you can actually change the area size and make sure that nothing obstructs, or at least nothing is inside that circle, which could obstruct the ability to join your classroom. So let's try this. We just placed our starting location in the house. Let's go ahead and jump in the water again. We will appear within that circle, just like that. And it works also if you leave Playground and reopen. You will be entered somewhere in that area. Super nice. What else is new? Something that I think you're going to like a lot is that we've been working really hard on optimizing Playground, even more than it was before, which allows us to unlock a bigger world size. So we've decided to increase the allowed number of blocks or allowed size of the playground in terms of number of blocks. It used to be 64 blocks wide, 64 blocks deep, and 16 blocks only of height. And that's from the bottom of the ocean to the top of the sky. So that's not very big. It really gave you 8 blocks in height to play with. But we've decided to increase it to 128. So we've doubled the amount of space in terms of width. We've doubled the amount of space in terms of depth. And we've quadrupled the amount of space in terms of height. So we went from 16 to now 64. Let me show you this new difference in height. So it used to be that the allowed height was, like I said, 8 blocks starting from the ground up and 8 blocks deep. So let me show you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that was it. That's all you could really work with. Nothing in your playground could really be higher than that. And that's fine. We figured out incredible ways to build amazing stuff with only that size. I don't know how you do it, and you figure it out. We've increased it to, let me show now. In order to compare, I'm gonna click next to my avatar. And I'm gonna have to click for a little while here. So let's bear with me. We're not done. Still going. Okay, that's it. This over here, well, I can't even show you the whole thing. Doesn't even fit on the screen. Is the new maximum height allowed in your playground. So you can imagine that you have all of this height as a comparison. This was the previous height available for you to build in the sky. And you also have the exact same height or distance that you can build around going down towards the water. So you have all of this and further down to build incredible worlds, and I just can't wait to see what you guys are going to do with this. So this is a big update, quite literally. But now you might be asking yourself, this is great, but building in Playground is so tedious. If I now have 128 blocks of width and 120 blocks of depth, and I want to just build a structure over that or change the grass to snow or something like that, it'll take me even more time. It was already like really slow, and I was developing carpal tunnel syndrome, clicking away like a crazy person. And now you're telling me I have to click more? Well, wrong. We also released a feature that will allow you to build much faster, I hope. Go to blocks. If you select, let's say, I'll select the clay block. It used to be that in order to, for example, cover all of this area over here, you had to sort of click and click and click and click forever until the whole area was covered, right? We now have a much faster way to do this, and I just gave you a little preview right now. If you click on the clay block and you start where you want your area to start, let's say over here, hold left shift down, hold left click down, and sort of drag the area that you want to fill, just like that. You know, you have a whole new layer of clay that just got built. Super convenient. Let's say I want to change this grass into snow. So you can just select the shovel, start where you want to remove the grass, drag, release. Now we just got a hole in the ground. We just removed the turf. Go back to your blocks, head over to the snow ground. As a matter of fact, you know what? I'm going to show this brand new block that we introduced called Alien Grass. Much more fun than snow, actually. Let's click on this and let's replace this hole in the ground with Alien Grass. So hold shift down, hold left click down on your mouse, drag to fill the area. Sorry, I might have to do it in multiple pieces. And bam, that's it. So the way it works is, let me just pick a different material, like leaves, for example. The way it works is it takes the first position when you first start dragging and the last position when you kind of release, and it builds a box, a large box from those two extremities. So an example would be, what if I want to build a 3x3 structure, for example? So you could do this by first creating a tower of 3 blocks and then head over to the other extremity. So, well, actually of 2 blocks if you want it to be 3x3. Head over to the other extremity of where your 3x3 should be. So 1, 2, 1, 2. Hold shift down and drag to the top of that tower. And now you have a 3x3. Okay? This might be confusing at first, but I think if you play with it, you'll get the hang of it. And I'm quite excited to see what you're going to do with this. And that's it for this update. Let us know what you think, and I hope you all have fun. Bye, everybody.